start seeds in January. Oh, I didn't see you there. So today is currently January 18th, 2025. Outside, the Arctic blast that's sweeping across the southern and central United States is currently happening. It's zone 7A where we're at. We're in the Texas Panhandle. It is 23 degrees Fahrenheit outside with a 10-degree wind chill. Tonight, it's going to get down to 10 degrees with a 0-degree wind chill. And tomorrow, it's going to be 6 degrees with a negative 10-degree wind chill, which means it's the perfect time to start the 2025 growing season. Now, of course, we're going to be smart with our seed decisions here. We're not going to be starting every type of seed. There's some specific seeds that really anywhere in North America you can start right now, even if you're in super cold climates like we're in right now. Our average last frost is typically around the middle of April. March 1st is exactly 6 weeks away from today. Last year we had a super early last freeze. It was in the middle or third week of March whenever we had our last freeze, which was way earlier than normal. Last year was super mild for us. This year's not looking like it's going to be like that. It's been a much colder winter. But regardless, it's time to start some seeds. So let's go ahead and dive into what seeds we're going to be starting indoors today that we will be sowing outdoors in probably 8 weeks from now. So let's go ahead and dive right into that. Ooh, look at those seeds. Oh, I am ready for spring. Just that noise right there. I'm ready for spring. These kinds of temperatures that we got going on outside right now are not spring, and it makes me sad. But I know that the next season is spring, which makes me happy. Let's go ahead and dive into these seeds. So today, indoors, not in the greenhouse. It's far too cold outside. We're gonna be starting some seeds. So let's just dive right into this and go through this kind of quickly, and then let's start these babies. So we're gonna be starting some kale. Just some standard lacinato kale. That's how I say it. That's probably not how you say it, but that's how I say it. I actually have two packets of those. We're also going to be starting cabbages. The cabbages that we're going to be starting are Golden Acre. I have 2 packs of Golden Acre, another little small one here. And we're also going to be trying some Copenhagen Early Market. Now these happen pretty quickly. They're ready to be harvested pretty quickly within 66 days. I don't really know how that's going to work. I've never grown these before. We're going to see what happens if we start these babies inside. But I know that the Golden Acres will be good to start inside. The other thing we're going to be starting inside is some Snowball Y cauliflower. All of these we'll be planning on sowing outside in our raised beds here in about a month and a half, 6 to 8 weeks, a month and a half to 2 months. So middle of February to beginning of March is whenever we'll be moving these puppies outside. And then the other thing we're going to be starting, where is it? I have it in here somewhere. Right in my hand. Spinach. We're going to be starting some spinach. So let's go ahead and get these puppies started. We'll show you how our setup is in here, and that'll be it. Super excited. 2025 growing season is kicking off. All right, first let's check out the setup here. So we're here in my wife and I's living room. Fireplace is going. It's beautiful. Right here we have a corner window that just receives a ton of natural light. Now this window is facing east, so the morning sun comes up right here. So it doesn't get a ton of direct light during the day. It only gets about 3 to 4 hours of direct light into this corner window per day. Which for starting these seeds that do well in the shade, that'll be fine. And then to supplement light, we also have grow lights. So these are 2 pole grow lights that each have 5 full spectrum LED bars on them. They're not super bright. We don't need them to be super bright right now. And right now they're just set on the yellow hue. You can go to the full spectrum with the red and the blue. We're not going to be doing that for starting seeds. And then we have this bamboo quad rack. We're only going to be using the top two. What we're going to be starting in, we're not going to be starting our plants in 4-packs or seed trays. We're actually going to be using these little 2-inch peat pots. They're super small. Look at that. Pretty cute, right? They'll be able to last a little bit longer in here is why we're going to be doing these. And we're not growing a ton, so these will be fine. This is a stack of 24. As for a growing medium, we're going to be going with Miracle-Gro's organic indoor potting mix. No, it's not a specific seed starting mix, but it's really good for starting seeds. It's basically just peat moss, coconut coir, and fertilizer. And I think the fertilizer in this is bone meal, if I remember correctly, or a bone meal derivative. And that's like really it that's in there. So it's perfectly fine for starting seeds. It even says that on the bag that it's great for starting seeds. So that's the medium we're going to be using. We're going to be using those little 2-inch peat moss pots and putting it right here on this rack in this corner window. So let's go ahead and get started. First up on the list is some golden acre cabbage. Time for some kale. Spinach. All right, now let's use the pizza tray to start some cauliflower. And just like that, the 2025 garden season has begun. All right, so the plan is we're gonna let these babies germinate. And once they get big enough, we'll thin them out because I put a couple seeds in each one of them, make sure germination's good. So like I said, in a few weeks, we'll probably be thinning these babies out. And then after that, once it starts warming up a little bit more consistently, say mid-February, we're going to be transplanting them into some pots that are double the size and moving them into the greenhouse, where we'll keep them in the greenhouse for about a month. And then come mid-March, we'll transplant them outside into the garden for a cool season crop. And hopefully we'll get some cool season harvest. So 2025 garden season's here. It's probably a little early, a little cold outside, but I can't help myself. We got to try. I'm super excited about this, super pumped. So I'll keep y'all updated on how these work. Thanks for watching.